Welcome back to the Sumo Strength YouTube channel, and chances are that you know what taper means, that you have been preparing for a championship race at one point in your career. Whether you are a coach or a swimmer, you've been prepping someone or yourself to swim fast. And at one point in your career, you may have felt the fatigue, the verge of breaking down, where you just need some extra recovery. Again, welcome to the YouTube channel here. My name is Dennis Ekmati, your performance coach. And if you are new or if you have been following, I am today 11 days post-operation. I removed my appendix. There was a stone in my appendix, and 11 days after, I am still feeling the incisions. I'm not allowed to be physically exercising for another 2 weeks or so. So it's been frustrating for me to not be moving around, but we have a solution here. We have a friend, Jeff Grace with Swimming Specific Yoga, who's helping us essentially get some movement in. And if you are tapering, if you're in a phase where you need a little extra recovery, I'm gonna show you guys here an 18-minute little yoga routine where we're going through the neck, the shoulders, the back, the hips, all of the above, where you can actually restore your body a little bit more so you can feel a little bit more fresh when jumping in the water. And I like to mix up the routine a little bit so we don't always go into strength and power training, because it's important that we focus on some movement too. Now, whether you are a yoga lover or not, it's important that we give it a chance. It is a fantastic way of becoming mindful, starting to really become aware of our breath, how we are feeling, and like Jeff is saying, scanning the body and moving through it with no judgment. And especially for myself, where I am restricted, especially in rotations, because I have an incision right above my belly button. A little viewer discretion advised here. I have an incision right above my belly button, and one on the side, and then one down even further. And when I hyperextend, it stretches my skin out, and I'm feeling that. When I'm rotating, I am feeling that. If I'm on my belly too long, I'm feeling the pressure, and I'm not allowed to carry anything over 15-20 pounds, because right now the organs, everything inside, they're kind of restructuring, which is kind of freaking me out a little bit. But this video is for you who getting ready for a championship meet, who needs a little extra recovery, or right, if you're like myself, you're coming post-operation after a surgery where you are a little bit limited in your movements, yet you want to just get some blood flow, restore your body, and loosen up a little bit. Thank you again, Jeff Grace, for this video. And with further ado, let's do a little bit of yoga together.
We're going to start this class at the front of our mat in our strong standing posture of mountain. So just coming to mountain, feet hip distance pointed straight forward, feeling the big toe mound, little toe mound, inner and outer side of the heel. Hips in a neutral position, core slightly engaged, collarbones wide, shoulders relaxed, neck long, ears over shoulders. Allow the eyes to close, and then just place one hand onto abdomen, one hand onto chest. And start to bring your awareness into the body and moving through a body scan. So taking that awareness from either head to toe or toe to head. And just notice how your body feels at this moment. So you can do that without having expectation, without thinking you should feel a certain way. So use this as a foundation for your body awareness. And then, the breath I'm going to invite you to use through this practice is a three-dimensional breath. We're going to be breathing in and out of the nose. And on the inhale, feeling front, sides, back, and body all expanding. The exhales, slowly releasing the air from the body through the nose, allowing the exhales to be a little bit longer than the inhales. So we'll do that for about 3 breaths here in our mountain pose. So emptying the lungs, breathing through the nose. The inhale, feel front, sides, back and body all expanding. Exhale, slowly releasing air from the body through the nose. 2 more breaths. As you do this three-dimensional breath, I invite you to start to allow your attention to settle onto your breath, and your breath as an anchor for your attention. Then, bringing big toes together, legs together. On your inhale, bring your arms up and out to the side and then overhead. Hold on to your left wrist with your right hand, and let's really extend up long. Start to feel that length through the sides of the body, through the back. Make sure chin is off chest, the neck is long, and the shoulders are pointed forward like headlights. On your exhale, start to press your hips to the left first. Then and start to reach over to the right with the arms and the upper body. Feel that length coming through the left side of the body. What I invite you to do is think about the space between the hip, the top of the left hip, and the bottom of the left ribs, really extending away from each other, lengthening. And then on your next inhale, come back to center. Switch your grip, switch your wrist, lengthen up again. Reach up, set up here first. Make sure chin is off chest, neck is long, and shoulders are square. Then exhale, press your hips to the right. Then reach over to the left. Okay, feeling that stretch now through the right side of the body. Notice how it feels different than when you came over on the left side. Feel the bottom of the right ribs, the top of the right hip extending away from each other. Breathing into this for 2 more breaths. Each exhale, extending a little bit longer, and see if you can allow for some release. Inhale, come back to center. Release the arms, bring the arms back behind you. You'll bring the left wrist to the right hip. Okay, bring those shoulders even, widen through the collarbones, lengthen the neck, and then exhale, drop your right ear to your right shoulder, or towards your right shoulder. Feel the left side of the neck lengthening. Feeling that stretch. Get maybe into the traps and breathe. And stay here for about 3 breaths. Next inhale, come back to center. Switch your grip, switch your wrist, so right wrist to left hip. Even out the shoulders. Exhale, drop left ear to left shoulder or towards left shoulder. Notice how this pose feels different on this side compared to the last. Then breathe into it. Allow each exhale to create some relaxation. A lot of the times, we forget about the neck. Okay, it's really important to work on strength in the neck for our body position. But then also allowing the neck to relax, because it does have to exert a lot of energy in our swimming. Inhale, come back to center. Release the wrists, and then come back to your mountain pose. Inhale, arms up and out to the side and then overhead. And on your exhale, leading with your chest, press your seat back and hinge at your hips, coming to a standing forward fold. Allow the upper body to relax over those thighs. Bend the knees enough, your upper body is super closer onto the thighs. Allow your head to hang, your neck to relax. See if you can feel as if the head's becoming heavier. Allowing gravity to create a little bit of traction through the neck. Staying here for about 2, maybe 3 more of those 3-dimensional breaths. Each exhale, see if you can allow areas where you feel tension to soften. Then place your hands on your shins. Inhale, rise halfway up. Come to a 90-degree angle at your hips with your torso. And then, keeping the core strong, spine long, inhale, come all the way up to standing, arms up. Once again, bring your big toes together, legs together. And what we're going to do now is bring the left hand onto your spine. Hold on to your left elbow with your right hand. Start to guide that hand down your spine. So we're stretching into our triceps here on the left side. Press your head back into the forearm so you ensure that neck lengthens. And the same way as we did in our standing side stretch, we're now going to press the hips to the left and then reach the upper body over to the right. Okay, so we've got that stretch through the triceps and through the sides of the body, or through the side of the body. Feel the ribs, the hip, lengthening away from each other. Each exhale, see if you can allow the triceps to relax. Breathing into this pose for about 2 more breaths. Then inhale, let's come back to center. Extend the arms up. Exhale, place your right hand onto your spine. Hold on to your right elbow with your left hand. Start to stretch into the triceps. Press the head back, lengthening the neck. Make sure you're connected to the core. Draw the lower ribs in. And then exhale, press your hips to the right, and then bring the upper body over to the left. Notice how this side feels different than the last. See if you can stay away from that aspect of judgment, not good or bad, weak or strong, but just notice how the body feels different on each side. We're going to stay here for about 3 more breaths. Stay connected to that breath no matter what pose you're in. Make sure that you're breathing fully and breathing with ease. Each one of the exhales, possibly bringing a little bit more softening into the pose. Inhale, come back to center. Extend the arms. And then exhale. Hinge at the hips, folding forward. Relax into your fold, but this time, just for about 2 breaths. And then bend the knees enough, your hands reach the ground. And on your inhale, bring your left foot back towards the back of the mat. Drop your back knee down. Keep your left hand down, and then square your hips. Feel like you're driving your back knee forward and your front heel back. And then keep the hips stable. Inhale, just bring your right arm up and out to the side. Okay, bring a little bit of mobility into the thoracic spine through this twist. Opening up through the chest and shoulder. And then exhale, slowly lower. Bring it back. Back enough, you start to feel stretching your hip flexors. If you need to, fold up the mat to create a little bit more padding, or put a towel or a cushion under that back knee. Place the top of the foot down. Square the hips again. Come on up to your fingertips. Raise your chest and lengthen your spine. On your inhale, rise up with your upper body, arms up. Now here, rather than sinking into this lunge, I want you to think about lifting through this lunge, lengthening, and get the stretch in the hip flexors through really engaging the glutes on the left side and pressing that left hip forward. Now from here, we're going to exhale, come to our So 90 degrees at the shoulders, 90 degrees at the elbows. Make sure the lower ribs are drawn in so the core is strong. And we're opening up through the chest. Feel the collarbones widen. So we're killing 2 birds with 1 stone here. We're getting into the hip flexors. We're also stretching into the pecs. 1 more breath. And then still staying with our hip flexors, we're going to bring our hands to the front thigh. Gently press down, gently press forward. And then inhale, lengthen the left arm up. reach up through the fingertips. Okay, feeling that stretch coming through the hip flexors. And then exhale, reach over to the right. Keep feeling the engagement of the glutes on the left side. Feel the bottom of the ribs, the top of the hip lengthening away from each other. Remember, each exhale can you bring a little bit more softening through the body. Next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, fold forward. Tuck your back toes under, and then inhale, bring your back knee up. You're going to bring your front foot to meet your back. So we come into a down dog. So we're in our inverted V position. Make sure fingers are spread wide and pointing straight forward. Press into the fingertips, externally rotate the shoulders, triceps curl towards each other. Press the ground away so the spine lengthens. Don't worry about the bend in the knees here. And then exhale, drop the knees down. Once you drop the knees down, just bring the knees back behind the hips. You're in a low plank position. Then, keeping the elbows tucked in towards the ribs, shoulders externally rotated, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, slowly lower it down to the ground. Once you lower down to the ground, place the top of the feet down. Gently press into the ground so you feel your quads engage and knees lift. And then on your inhale, gently press into the ground. Bring your chest and chin up and forward to a cobra. Keep the hips down, open, wide and through the collarbones. Exhale, slowly lower. We're going to do that one more time. Slowly with control. Inhale. Coming up to your cobra. Exhale, slowly lower. Then from your cobra, we're going to come into Sphinx. So bring your elbows under your shoulders. Your chest and your shoulders should rise naturally. You might bring the elbows a little closer to each other. Widen through the collarbones. Gently feel as if you're dragging the mat back towards your hips and press your sternum forward gently. Okay, now here you have a choice. You can keep the chin up and forward, or you might drop the chin down a little. We're going to stand for about 4 breaths here. Relax the legs back behind you. Keep feeling extension through the spine. Exhale, slowly lower the chest and shoulders down. Hands under shoulders, tuck your toes back behind you. And exhale, we're going to press back to a child's pose. So big toes together. Knees can be wide or knees can be together. Seat back towards the heels. Fold forward at your hips. Bring your head down onto the mat. If it doesn't reach, maybe use a towel or a cushion. Walk your fingertips forward. Lengthen through the arms fully. Maybe the elbows lift off the ground and feel that length coming through your legs. Gently press down into the fingertips. Feel as if you're drawing the mat back towards your armpits. And with this stretch in our lats, we're going to stay for about 4 breaths. Inhale, feeling front, sides, back and body all expanding. Exhale, slowly let and go. Next inhale, let's glide forward to your plank position, or to your tabletop position, I should say. Walk your knees back a few inches, tuck your toes under, externally rotate your shoulders, and then exhale, press up and back to your down dog. On your next inhale, come on up to tiptoes, bend your knees a little more, and exhale, walk your feet forward towards your hands, coming into your standing forward fold. Relax into that forward fold. Just for 1 breath, Notice how this forward fold feels different than your first. Then inhale, bring your right foot back towards back and mat. Drop the back knee down. Square those hips. Right hand stays down. And inhale, bring the left arm up and out to the side. Twist your down right spine, open through chest and shoulder. Notice how this side feels different than the last. Exhale, slowly bring the hand down. Walk the back knee back a little bit more so you feel that stretch in the hip flexors. Top of the foot down, come on up to fingertips, raise the chest, lengthen spine, and then inhale. Rise up, arms up, lengthen up, reach up. Engage in the glutes on the right side. Feel the hip pressing forward, stretching into the hip flexors. Exhale, come to cactus again. Open up through the chest and shoulders. This time, notice how this pose feels different than the first time you were here. See if you might be able to relax through the pecs a little bit more. Maybe widening through the collarbones a little bit more. Breathe. Allow the exhales to create softening. Bring the hands down onto the left thigh. Gently press down, gently press forward. Left hand stays where it is, and inhale, reach your right arm up. Lengthen up, lengthen up, lengthen up, and exhale, reach over to the left. Notice, how does this pose feel different than it did on the other side? Breathe into it for about 3 more breaths here. Next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bring your hands down either side of your front foot. Then you're just going to bring your front foot to meet your back to our tabletop. And we're going to come onto our backs. Once you come onto your back, it's going to come down, flat on the back, soles of feet together, and knees come out wide. Okay, creating that reclined butterfly or bound angle pose. A gentle stretch through the inner thighs. You can have the hands just on the top of the thighs or maybe resting to the sides of the body, palms facing up towards the sky. We're going to stay here for 4 of our 3-dimensional breaths. Inhale, feeling front, sides, back of the body, all expanding, opening. Exhale, gently releasing, allowing for softening. Extending the legs long, coming into your Shavasana pose. Feel free to stay in your Shavasana pose for as long as you wish. So allow yourself to relax and let go. When you choose to come out of Shavasana pose, I invite you to move through another body scan, simply noticing how your body is responding. Notice the activity in the mind and how the mind is responding. Slowly, with small movements, your fingers and toes, work your way up to larger movements. Slowly coming onto one side or the other, pressing yourself up to a seated position.
That was a phenomenal way for me to set up my living room, follow along on the TV. A slight little lag with the internet, but it's okay. We just stay patient, hold the poses a little bit longer, a little extra, because I know it can get frustrating in those situations. But it was really fun, good for myself to move a little bit again. I know that especially when I'm coming down into the forward fold a little bit, when I'm hyperextending and rotating, it's a little bit sensitive for myself. So again, whatever you are doing in your life, in your career, always listen to your body. Whether you are coming off of an injury and you are in pain or in discomfort when you're doing certain things, don't push it. And same thing if you're getting ready for championship meet this summer, filled with so many fun events, make sure that you are getting your recovery in, whether it's with the foam roll or bodyweight movement flush. We all need it. Hey, listen, if you want swimming specific yoga, link here in the description for you to get some great discounts coming up this summer. Take advantage of it. And Sumo Strength, we also have amazingly great resources for you. sumostrength.com/resources for you to get everything you need to strength train smarter. Thank you again for watching. See you next week.